call it a pilot. I might be smart.
True. I'm gonna go into just chatting. And 3, 2, 1, we're going live.
All right.
Oh, we in it, bro. Finally.
All right.
Finally got the pod up and going.
So we want to discuss.
Uh, I'm gonna talk about Diablo 4. Like
Obviously.
you know that was coming.
Obviously. Obviously.
God, I think I broke my fucking neck. So check this out. Let me get it into screen here. And then you can see the screen in Discord as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna share this. So remember how Blizzard fired all their um stress testers, their server stress testers and stuff?
Right. Right. Yeah.
So they named the thing Server Slam that's coming up in 2 weeks, that beta.
Mm-hmm.
It's Server Slam, and that's what they named it. And this is the trailer for it. I love this trailer. Oh shit. Fucked up. There we go.
How do I see it?
That would be the easiest way.
Sorry, guys, whoever's watching.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the audio on that?
No. Hold on 1 second. I'm still loading up Twitch.
Get back to that.
There we go. All right.
Okay.
I have it loaded up now.
Okay. Oh, echo. That's the only problem.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Here, I'll turn it down.
Server Slam. That's what they're naming it. It's got fucking Space Jam music.
Damn. That's sick.
I think it's like, this is one of those things that, and so you get, if you level up to 20, you get those rewards. You get that armor mount, and you get that little like puppy backpack.
Yeah.
But remember forever ago when Blizzard fired all of their server testers, and then, oh my neck, and then Overwatch 2 dropped, and we were all like, oh, yep, should have fired your server testers. Now basically they're gonna get server test for the price of a couple cosmetics.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I think it's genius. I mean, not only does it give us another chance to play the game, it gives us rewards, saves them money, and the servers still get tested. I think it's a really, really, really smart play on their part.
No, yeah, it is. It's completely 100% a smart play on their part because they have to do something in order to keep their fan base.
I mean, yeah, they can't drop the ball at this game.
No, they can't.
I'm so excited for it, though. That's actually why I've been sleeping so late all week. I have been non-stop grinding Diablo 3.
Yeah?
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
What level are you?
I am Paragon 690.
Okay.
So I started a fresh new character. I'd never played Crusader, so I've gone through and played the entire story, and then went into adventure mode. Now I'm just farming T16 rifts and shit.
That's nice, dude. Like honestly, you're more of a main when it comes to Crusader.
Yeah. I definitely think. See, I've always like played like wizards and stuff in these games, and then in Diablo 4, I really like the druid. I like the druid a lot, and I've started to shift to these big tanky characters. versus like squishy high DPS. Like there's just
Okay.
like think about New World. There was just something I enjoyed about standing right in the middle and being able to mitigate all that damage.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
with my
yeah.
great
No.
sword, like I'd be in there just swinging like a madman.
So now that we're on the topic of New World, why don't you feel your input on a New World?
I'm re-downloading it again.
You're re-downloading it again? Okay, so you're gonna actually get into it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop back into it. I mean, I kind of been saying I'm just waiting for the mounts, which I kind of am, but I mean, I'm waiting for content too, like everybody else. But I mean, I don't want to
So
give up on it. I love New World.
hold on. Our buddy Glenn had just messaged us saying no stream. I said, yeah, there's a stream going. So I guess what my next point is to bring on this podcast that we're doing right now is why don't you feel your input on how you feel about the gaming industry as a whole?
As a whole,
Yeah, as a whole.
I was actually talking to a guy about this at work last night. Now, not like a negative thing, but I feel like games are going to start shifting. There's some other things we can talk about a little bit on why I think they're going to start shifting. Some games, some good examples. Or I'll bring one up now.
Okay.
So you've got games like Diablo, right? And Diablo 3, of course, was a great game.
Yeah.
Diablo 4 is its own beast. It's making this whole entire, and this is kind of my example, this whole entire merger of MMOs and ARPGs. ARPGs are very fun because it's constant action, you're getting tons of loot, you're just very engaged constantly. There's always something to do. But MMOs just have that sense of like, oh, I'm running a raid with my friends, stuff like that. Like you get that in New World, that sense of
Okay.
you have to play with people. In Diablo 3, you don't feel like you ever have to play with people. I
Do you
mean,
think games should be more rewarding, or do you think they should offer more of a enticing reward?
mm, I don't know. I mean, again, I think just the type of genres and the type of game, like the thing that pushes me through Diablo 3. I mean, like that's I've been getting off work at 5:30 in the morning and then playing for 3 hours a day.
So with Diablo 4, I guess what I'm trying to say is does Diablo 4 offer that?
Yeah, I mean that's just the whole entire style of the game. I mean, you're gonna get less legendaries, but like that window, like say you're playing 2 hours, right? And I know that might be a lot to some people, but you're going through 2 hours a game, and then you're like, okay, I'm getting a little bored. I'm like, bam, legendary, and that legendary might completely change your build, change your play style, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna get the feel for this, and you're playing another 2 hours, bam, another legendary. They space it out enough to where it keeps you wanting to stay on the game. That's one good thing about Diablo. I think that's why I'm so in love with Diablo.
Do you think classes are subjectified?
I mean, yeah, in a sense. Like, I mean, what you pick is the role you're gonna play. Going further down.
Do you think classes should be more I guess well diverse, or do you think that they should just stay the way that they are in every MMO? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I guess that's
Every
what I'm trying to
MMO.
discuss. Yeah,
I
like
don't know. Every MMO does it so different. I mean, in New World, your class is based off your weapon. In Diablo, your class
right,
is based
yeah,
off of what you create in the beginning. Um, and then you have games like, well, no, ESO, you still have classes. Like Elden Ring doesn't have classes necessarily. Once you get to a certain level, your stats are just across the board.
yeah,
It doesn't matter. It's just what you start out with, the direction that
right,
it
yeah.
pushes you in the beginning. So, I mean, I think some games are diverse with it, but I mean, I think you do need classes. I mean,
So
I
you
think,
think you need classes? Okay, all right. So I guess my next question is, because New World is the most popular MMO at the moment. It's not one of the like the population is not as great as it could be, but it's
everybody's
pretty
talking about it.
popular.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, it's the talk of the MMOs right now at the moment. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, do you think it should stay class? based, or do you think it should stay weapon based?
Oh, I think it should definitely stay weapon based in New World.
Okay.
Because I mean, at any point, I feel like I could switch my class up fairly easily. That's one
Okay.
thing. Now, see, the thing about like Diablo is like you can't switch your class, but I don't know about Diablo 4 because I haven't played in game, but I'm assuming it's going to be fairly similar to Diablo 3. As time goes on and we get more added in, we're going to have tons and tons of different armor sets, and an armor set, if you've played Diablo a lot, will completely change your class. It feels like it changes your class, changes your play style, everything.
Does Diablo 4 have a roadmap?
I actually don't know. I can look real quick. You want me to look?
Yeah, yeah, please, please. I'm curious because like every game as of today, as far as modern gaming goes, I've noticed that every game has a roadmap as of lately, and I'm kind of curious as to see what they have planned or what is in store as far as MMOs go because they need to separate in order for Diablo to be a huge success for. They need to seriously separate that game from other MMOs.
See, that's like if you've played. How much Diablo have you played?
I played a lot. I played Diablo 2, I played Diablo 1, and I played Diablo 3. And I enjoyed every single one of them, but my problem is that they never do enough innovations. It's literally the same game, same looting
Yeah.
mechanic, same shit over and over and over and over again.
Well, I mean,
Nothing wrong with that necessarily if you don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't fix it if it ain't broken, you know what I mean? But, like,
yeah.
they need to do more innovations as far as an MMO goes because other MMOs are doing that right now.
Yeah, but I mean, in a sense, man, like I can sit and play Diablo 3 for hours, a game that's been out forever. I've already beat it. I'm just in the end game. I can sit and do that end game over and over and over and over and not get bored because of the loot. So the looting system, I think, is perfect. The thing with
What's keeping you as a player though?
what in Diablo?
In Diablo 3, I want to know.
Just the loot, the loot, the ability to be like, okay, I'm stuck at this point. It's not going to take me 4 million years to get past this point, or a
Now,
bunch of
what
RNG.
separates Diablo 3 from Diablo 4?
Well, it's not the looting or the leveling; it's the MMO aspect. You don't have in Diablo 3, like you kind of have towns and stuff, but you don't have tons of players and these open PvP maps, fully open world. So there's a lot of the gameplay, like the how do I word it? Not the gameplay, but the map and certain features that are completely different. That's why I think Diablo
Okay.
4 is bridging a gap of ARPG, which is action RPG. That's Diablo 3, 2, 1, of course. I think it's bridging
Okay.
that gap really well to the MMO. So it's not fully an MMO, but it's not just a ARPG anymore.
Okay. So I guess my next question is, do you think Diablo 4 will become a live service?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Because Diablo 3 never became that point where it became a live service.
So you're talking about like battle passes and all that stuff and
Right.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what's on the screen right here, right now. It's talking about the battle pass and stuff like that.
So, do you think live services are a thing in the gaming industry, or do you think that they should be fizzle out into something else?
Mm. Well, I think I don't know. I mean, I'm not against them in a sense. Um,
Okay.
there is some things that I like, especially that Blizzard have done. So like a really good, of course, Overwatch 2 is now a live service game. And it wasn't
Right.
before.
Yeah.
We didn't have a battle pass, none of that. Now we do. And we've talked about Overwatch 2. I don't think it's as fun as it used to be, and that's not any issues with the game. It's just the 5v5 isn't the same. I came up 6v6. And
Why do you feel that way? I'm just curious.
oh,
Put
it's
your input.
two tanks.
Two tanks.
Yeah, we used to have two tanks, and it was just a lot more strategy. So now
So two
it's
tanks actually made it more strategic. Okay.
oh yeah, because you had so many, like a lot of people, and there's a lot of players that don't like that. They don't like you. It was all about counter picks and picks. So they're running this character. I need to pick this character. You had tanks and stuns and stuff. Had way too many stuns. You've heard me complain about stuns. I hate stuns to this day in all games. But they had slows and stuff. Like if you were running Genji and Tracer, then or if the other team was running Genji and Tracer, then a Mei is crucial, which she still is
Okay.
because she still slows people down. But before she used to absolutely freeze everybody. So you could slow down these really fast characters, and that was a crucial for you to be able to play that. And now it's gone to more of a, you get a pick. It's more of like an arena shooter at times.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
less
really how you
less.
feel?
Sometimes, yeah, it's more about just getting that one pick. I mean,
Because a
I,
lot of people describe our Overwatch as like an arcade shooter. I'm just kind of curious as to what your input on that is.
I mean, it is, but I think when it was 6v6, you just had a lot of strategy. I mean, like if you run into a team, you turn the corner and you're looking at Arisa and Reinhardt, double shield, or Arisa and Sigma, double shield, and they both
Okay.
have range, then you need something to murder that shield. And the best thing was a Bastion. You take a
Biggest thing I
Bastion.
want to bring up on this podcast. One of the things I want to bring up. What do you think is going to define esports?
Like, what do I
Like,
think the
like,
next
like,
step
like, like,
is?
yeah. Like, what's the next step from esports?
Um, I don't
Like,
know. I don't know where they
do you
go with
think?
esports, man. I mean, Overwatch League had a big thing, but I think it's fallen
Mm-hmm.
off some. Um, I mean, it looks like Valorant's doing well. I don't play a lot of Valorant, so I don't really watch a lot of Valorant either.
Let me bring up a good example here. What I'm trying to say is, I don't mean to cut you off, but what I'm trying to say is, like, look at CS:GO for example. It's been a game that's been around for a really long time. It's an esport. It's esport everywhere around the world, actually, as far as Russia goes. In fact, I actually kind of want to bring this up to you on the podcast. Did you know? Okay, and I'm just bringing this up to you as long as everybody else is watching as well. Um, that Russia actually cooperates with Counter Strike. Basically, they have a secret room. Okay, a secret room, and you can read this article up to yourself. You can pull this up yourself. But it's a secret room that over there in Russia, they literally go into like this like fucking secret room that's in a map, or like it's like a secret map, I think is what it is. But they go into it, and literally it brings up everything about Russia. Like they can't talk about the news over there like how it really is over there. And so therefore they bring up a lot of what the truth is in a Counter Strike server map. And I'm not joking. You can look this up. You can do the research yourself.
Yeah, right here. It's Finnish newspaper is circumventing Russian media restrictions by hiding news
Mm-hmm.
reports about the war in Ukraine in an online game popular among Russian gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the
I've done
newspaper
my research.
was bypassing Russia's censorship through the first-person shooter. Each other.
And I thought that was an interesting to bring. I thought that would be an interesting topic to bring up because what if more and more games become a sense of safe space, if you will?
I mean,
Like if companies more and more or less go against the government and they, want to outlet news that's really the truth on what's really going on out there in the world, but they don't want to do it in a way that where the entire public knows. You know what I mean? Like it's more or less for any individual that really is interested in what's going on in the world.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think I think that more gaming industries will do this kind of thing, and I don't think it will be the big time industries. I think it'll be more of the indie industries.
Oh yeah, for sure. Big time industries aren't going to do something like that. But I mean, dude, shit, that's crazy that they're putting it in a game.
Yeah, you didn't even know about that, did you?
No, no, I hadn't read anything about this yet. That's
Yeah, dude, I told you I've been doing my research, man.
I mean, that's cool that they do it. I mean, I'd rather see games do this than go to this. I mean, censored version of video gaming.
Right, right. Yeah, that's the biggest problem I have with the gaming industry too is that like I get it. I get it. You know, they have a correlation to at least that's how the media likes to portray it anyway, is that they like to correlate violence with video games. So it's like, you know, they're not really doing a whole lot as far as like innovations go. Like, like I wanted to bring up the biggest game that's the biggest topic on the internet right now is Unrecorded.
Yeah, yeah.
Unrecorded, you believe that it's not a real game, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Part of me doesn't believe it yet.
Part of you doesn't believe it.
No.
Have you seen what the Unreal Engine 5 is capable of?
Yes, and I mean, I'm having flashbacks to what was that the day before or whatever that game was? That game that was like super hype and then it got taken off Steam and this and that and this and that. There's, I mean, I don't know the whole
Now,
story behind the day before, but I know it was something similar, and it seems now that it's not real as well.
yes, I will concur. Okay, I will concur and I will agree. However, this isn't a thing that is out of the norm. Can we agree?
That is not out of the norm for games to be
Yeah,
fake.
yeah,
Oh
right,
yeah,
right,
it's
right, right.
happened. It's
They
happened. It
embellish,
happens.
they embellish. They put out trailers, and you're like, oh, that gameplay is awesome. And then you get the game, and then you're like, oh, this is nothing like the fucking game, like they
See,
just showed in the trailer.
that's another thing about that Diablo 4 trailer. I know I keep going back to it, but like if you watch this, we'll turn the sound off this time so we ain't gotta hear Space
Yeah,
Jam.
let me pull up my phone here.
If you watch this, not a single bit of this is anything but gameplay.
Okay, I'm looking at it.
I mean, it's 100% gameplay.
It's
That's
100%
gameplay,
gameplay.
gameplay,
It's not.
gameplay,
It's not.
gameplay,
It's not
gameplay.
CGI at all.
No, it's not like a trailer. I mean, this is all, that's the
See
animations of
that
the classes.
can you please I guess in other words for the podcast sake, can you please bring up a video that differentiates excuse me this like basically shows you that it's actually real
What
because
of?
I on recorded because I've seen videos that prove that it's fucking real, dude,
Do you have a
and it
video in
blows my
mind?
nights. Yeah, hold on, let me send it to you. 1 second.
If you can find the name of it, I'll pull it up.
Yeah,
It's the
absolutely. I
easiest
want to
way.
talk about this because, like, I feel like if games become this real, it's gonna get serious. It really
After we
is.
check out Unrecord a little bit, I got a game to show you that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, which is insane. But and what you were saying on Diablo 4 live service stuff, and do I think it's essential? I think a live service is great.
Okay, so this guy's video. Hold on, I don't know if that's the link I sent you here. Yeah, it's missing a Y. Here you go. This guy's video. His name is Punishment or Punish, and he's got 120,000 subscribers, right? And he proves that the game is real. Okay, and you can pull it up on the podcast right now that we're doing right now. And I swear to God to you, you will believe that it is actually real. Okay,
for that ultra
because
hyper
I didn't
realistic
believe it was
game
real when
called
I first saw it too. I was like, yeah, this is bullshit. This
All
isn't
right,
real.
I'm gonna turn him up. Let's watch this. 2 minutes.
But when I saw how the Unreal Engine is, and I also saw how I don't mean to like disrupt the video or anything, but like when I saw how the Unreal Engine is, and I saw what fucking games are doing, like there's a lot of secret hidden indie projects that are in the works right now that nobody knows about. But basically, they're games that are purposely looking like they're bad. I don't know how to really describe this. Like they purposely put like lens flares and they purposely make it look like it's like an old recorded video or something like that. And when they do that shit in Unreal Engine 5, it looks fucking convincing. Like it looks like real life. And that's the reason why I wanted to bring up Unrecorded, because Unrecorded is a really interesting game to me, to the point where it actually brings up a very controversial topic between violence and video games. Because, like, I'm watching the trailer right now. Like, I mean, look at this. This is nuts, dude. Like,
Let me play it here. Let's see what this guy says. He's talking really quiet.
So, with the recent trailer that came out for that ultra hyper realistic game called Unrecord, there were lots of people who were skeptical if the game was real or not, which I kind of don't
it
blame
just
them.
kind of blows
because
my
if you
mind
put
that
that trailer side by side
this
with
is a
real life body
project.
cam footage, it's
Like,
almost
really, honestly,
indistinguishable
like, I just
from the
can't
real
believe
footage.
it. Like,
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I'll stop.
But one of the developers of Unrecord actually came out and posted proof that the game is real, which is what you're seeing here. What he's showing here is the Unreal Engine 5 level editor, where it shows him actually
crazy.
moving and shooting in real time. in
I'm
the
telling
game.
you, dude,
this
it's
kind
real.
of proves that it's not
It's
some
fucking real.
animation or
That's
I
real
blew,
footage
it
we
blew
saw
my
from the
mind
trailer.
because of
This
how
is
with
actually
the
in-game
Unreal
footage,
Engine is
which is
capable
just
of.
crazy
I'm like,
to think
oh my
about.
god,
But we're at this level of realism
games
where we
get this
can't even
fucking
tell if it's
real.
a game or real
Like,
life
what is
footage.
it gonna be
Yeah,
like
this
10
was
years
just a
from
short
now?
video to show you guys that the game is
I mean, they said
indeed
it's
real.
been coming.
If any other updates for Unrecord comes up, I'll be sure to cover on the channel. So definitely subscribe and like this video for more.
So it's a real game. It's
It
definitely
is.
him moving around the level.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I've heard, I saw a video not long ago. I don't know who posted it, but they were talking that it might be a VR game. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how far along VR is. Do you think VR is long enough for this to be a game?
I watched a review with Moist Critical, and I also watched a review with some ordinary gamer, and he said it's all PC controls, first person shooter. Like, you use your mouse, you use your keyboard,
Yeah.
and it has a little bit of a different feel to it. That's what how the developer described it about it. Like, it has a way different feel than most first person shooters do. Like, you push W, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you go forward, for example. Well, in this game, you kind of like go forward, but then you kind of like sway left and right, kind of.
Huh.
You know what I mean? Like, because the camera is going with every footstep that you go.
True. That's definitely, yeah, because it's like a body cam. That's your angle.
Right, yeah. And the whole concept of this game is a body cam. Now, do I think first person shooters can get like this? Like on a multiplayer level? Maybe. But that's going to take a lot of work.
Dude, it's gonna
Take a lot of
melt.
work because
It's gonna melt some
because-
fucking PCs though. That's
right,
crazy.
Right. I'm curious as to what the requirements are on this for this fucking game, because they don't even talk about it.
No.
They don't talk about anything about the requirements for this game. And let's talk about requirements for real quick for 1 second, because I want to talk about how Star Citizen, I know you don't play that game, but Star Citizen, for example, has been making some big strides as far as like what it is capable of running it, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know, processing power and all that kind of stuff. So like, I don't know if you're familiar with Star Citizen, but like it runs Crytek Engine.
Uh-huh.
And Crytek Engine, I don't know if you're, you know, too much into all the game engines and stuff like that, but the Crytek Engine literally runs like shit. It really does. I've tried convincing so many people, like, hey, why doesn't this game industry, like this game company that makes multi-billion dollars every fucking year, why don't they just like switch over to Unreal Engine? Well, there's a reason behind that. That's because the Crytek Engine literally is capable of doing server meshing. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No, what is server meshing?
So server meshing allows you to basically take another server, say like I don't know, like for example I don't know, like just another server, for example, and like you just take another server and then you have another server. Well, they can mesh together where they can literally be one server. So like Star Citizen has an interesting concept and an interesting tech behind it, where literally a lot of people were hesitant that they weren't capable of doing a server mesh kind of concept. But basically, how it was is that they basically made the server meshing work because, well, actually, I don't know the technical concept behind it, but basically they made it work, and so it's because of the Crytek engine. So that's the only reason why they use the Crytek engine. Now the Unreal Engine is capable of producing some very realistic graphics, but the Crytek engine has this capability of server meshing where you can take two servers and just like kind of clash them together and say like you have 1,000 people on this server, 1,000 people on that server. Well, then you have 2,000.
Oh, that's dope though. That's a good thing.
Right, right.
I mean, that's a really good thing. So
Now, do you think that that's going to be something that'll be implemented later on down the road for future games?
I mean, it could. It just depends, man. I mean, you got to think it's hard to make leaps right now. I think with your servers and stuff. The debacle of Overwatch 2's launch, and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just so everybody knows, like, I mean, I hate Blizzard. I love Blizzard. All in the same conversation. You know, it's a love hate. They make my favorite games ever, but there's things I always think they can do better. Now they turned Overwatch 2 around, and Diablo 4. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. There is 1,000,000% you need to expect. There's gonna be queue times on the first couple days.
Why do you
Thank
feel
you
that?
for the follow. Who's that?
Why
Taco?
do you feel? Hey, what's up, Taco? Thank you for following.
It's just there's just so many people, man. I think so. Like these servers back in the day, you got to think it's like there people are so easy to say, oh well, it wasn't like that before, and it's like yeah, but do you have fucking 10 million people getting on a game on day one before? I don't think you do. This game's got a lot of hype, dude. This game's got an insane amount of hype. Diablo 4 does.
Now, do you think companies could put their money elsewhere? That's what I wanted to talk about. Actually, the major big thing. Do you think these major companies, major game companies, could put their money elsewhere instead of like other things?
I mean,
Or do you think that they're doing it right for the most part?
I think the path that Blizzard's on now is right. I think a lot of people could disagree. I don't know. The live service on Overwatch 2 isn't bad. Now, the only thing I don't
Okay.
like about Overwatch 2 is they brought the skins over on the live service aspect of things. They brought the skins over from one that used to technically be free, you could earn them in game, and now you got to pay for them. So that's a little weird to me. It's like you're charging new players for skins that old players already have. I think that's not the right way to do it, but that's what they're doing. But like the battle pass and stuff, the new stuff is nice.
Okay, so how much is the battle pass? Out of curiosity, I don't really know, so I'm just kind of can't.
I think it's like 10, like $8, $10, and then you can get the premium battle pass, which is like 15 or something, and it skips tiers. It's just like COD.
Now, do you think that price could come down?
$10 every
For,
3 months for a free to play game? I don't think so.
you don't think so?
I think it's a fair
Now, if
price.
it's not a free to play game, do you think it should be 5?
Well, we're gonna find out very soon because Diablo 4 is gonna have a battle pass, and that's not a free to play game.
Okay,
So,
good point. Good
so
point.
that's
Good
coming
point.
up. You know, that is a thing. This is a $70 game at the lowest
Mhm.
cost at the entry version of the game, and it's gonna have a battle pass as well as this cosmetic store, which I am
Right.
completely okay with. The thing is as long as none of it's pay to win, which I don't think it will be. You have nothing that's pay to win in Overwatch 2. When it comes to the store, nothing. There's nothing that is pay to win. I mean, people
Okay.
argue that it is because if you buy the battle pass, then you get the new hero immediately. But if you don't, then once you get to level like 35 on the battle pass, you get the hero for free. So if you
Okay.
buy it, you get it immediately. If not, you don't. If you don't buy the battle pass, then eventually you get the hero. And if you don't get it in the battle pass, then the following season there's challenges that you can do to unlock the hero. Just like COD with the new guns. You know, you get the new guns for free no matter what, and if you don't get them that season, say you don't play that season, then there's challenges that you can do to unlock the new guns.
Okay.
So there's always an option on how to get the stuff.
Okay. Now, do you think games should come down in price?
Mm, I mean, fuck, everything
Or-
else is going up in price. So, I mean,
But games themselves, as a whole, as an industry, because they're not really completely finishing games, could we argue and say that they should come down in price, or should we say that they are arguably a reasonable price?
I don't know. I mean, 70 is a lot, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad price. I mean, it's $10 on what we've been paying for a long time. I mean, games have gone up over years. It's inflation. It's a whole bunch of, political shit. I don't think there's a lot we can do about it.
Now, could you argue and say that demos could be a thing more?
I think that not necessarily demos, but like betas, open betas should be a thing more.
Open betas.
Yes,
Okay.
I think open betas should be a thing more. I think if a major company has a game and they're not dropping betas on it, I think we should be scared because that tells me they've got something that they don't like and they don't want people to see yet. Was there ever a beta of Cyberpunk? I know it was a long time
No.
ago, but yeah, exactly. There was never a Cyberpunk beta, was there?
No, not
There
at
was
all.
tons of Overwatch 2 betas, and now we're going to have our second Diablo 4 beta. So that's why I say,
Right.
like, I mean, you've heard me personally talk a lot of shit on Blizzard, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said it's a love hate. I mean, they make my favorite games, but they're frustrating sometimes. But I think they're doing really well with Diablo 4 with what they got going on.
So, do you think they're going in the right direction?
Yeah, man, I think they figured out a good way to. I think they figured out that like you can just make the game, not try to reinvent everything, you know, because it's like they Activision Blizzard's the same thing. I feel like they tried to reinvent a lot with Warzone 2, and not saying anything bad about the game, but it's not for me. I think it's lost a lot of players.
But
Yeah.
that's not an unpopular opinion, mind you.
Yeah, I mean it's not unpopular, but I mean they went for something, and that's one thing, Blizzard can be a little bit stubborn. They're really seldom that way. Now they regressed a lot and they've made a lot of changes. I have started to see more content start popping back up of Warzone 2. So I mean it's coming back, I guess, some, but I don't think it's ever gonna be what Warzone 1 was. But
Do you
Overwatch
think
2 was a success. And I think Diablo 4 is gonna I think this game right here, Diablo 4, dude, this is gonna change gaming. Like I'm serious.
really?
Oh yeah, this is huge.
Do you think it's going to define RPGs?
I think it is going to set a bar for ARPGs. I think that
ARPGs, okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
for this genre, yeah, this is going to be the bar. The only because there's not a lot of competitors that are like really big in this genre. I mean, the only other competitor you got is Path of Exile, which is a really good game. It's just much more hardcore. So if you
Mhm.
want more of a less complicated numbers version, play Diablo. If you're really big into the numbers and that just hardcore trying to find the build, Path of Exile. They're both great, but I think this is gonna Path of Exile 2, I think is coming out before too long. So we'll see what that is. We'll see how that launches. That could be insane too.
I don't mean to cut you off or anything, but I guess what I wanted to say is I'm pretty sure some people want our opinions if they are watching anyway. What do you think of the Doctor disrespecting? Truly,
Oh
truly,
Jesus.
truly, truly. I
The
want to know.
few times we played it, and then I haven't touched it since.
Right.
I mean,
So do you think that there's potential, or do you think it's kind of like a lost game?
there's always potential. That game's really far off. That's the thing. That's the only thing that like I tell myself. It's like that game is a long way off still. So there's always a chance that it can
Boom.
turn into something,
Overnight.
yeah. But at
Yeah.
the same time, man, I feel like that battle royale genre is dying.
It is. You're not wrong.
So
It is 100%. I mean, like you hop on PUBG, there's like what fucking 1,000 players maybe or
oh,
something.
PUBG's old.
Then you hop on Fortnite and there's like what fucking 2,000 players maybe at most or something like that. I don't know. Like the battle royale genre is dying. Needless to say, and I do want to put that out there. It's dying 100%. The reason why it's dying though is because they're not doing enough innovations. They're literally packaging the same fucking mechanics in every game, and they're literally presenting us in a different theme. And that's literally what they're doing every single time they make a battle royale game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it's like they're just not doing anything. Like I do want to bring this up too, is because like there is a game that was very underrated at the time called Rumbleverse. Okay,
Oh
and I
God,
thought
you and fucking
and I,
Rumbleverse.
and I thought it was underrated personally. Okay, like I know it wasn't your thing, but like I said, I think it's important to discuss games that other people like on this podcast. So it's like Rumbleverse was pretty popular in my opinion at some point. Um, but it just never got the biggest um population as most other games did. And there's a reason behind that. The reason behind that was because there wasn't enough innovations. Now, innovations were the fact that it was a wrestling game and it was a battle royale, but what was stopping it from going any further was because there was no advertisement. And I feel like there's less of that now. Like, there's no fucking Fortnite advertisements, at least as far as I'm concerned. I don't see it on TV.
Well, I mean,
I don't
they've
see.
it's older. They've got their player base.
Right. But I feel like newer games, like such as Marauders, need to put themselves more out there.
Yeah, I mean, Marauders is amazing. That's definitely a diamond of a game. It's the thing's a gem, bro. Love that game. Um, it's growing a little bit. I mean, I try to keep
It
up with the
is.
numbers some. So I mean,
It
it's
is.
picking up steam since that update.
Yeah, for sure, dude. It's definitely picking up a lot more players. I mean, I honestly have high hopes for Team 17 because I feel like um, they can define that genre of Tarkov in a better way.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But that's just my opinion because, like, whenever I play Tarkov, because you never really played Tarkov,
No,
whenever I play Tarkov, me personally, I find it to be punishing, very punishing to the point where I don't even want to play the game anymore.
well, I mean, I think we're gonna see the big discussion that I was having. I was talking to a coworker the other night about this
Mm-hmm.
shift in gaming, this shift to it's hard to word it, and I mean you can tell me if you think it's wrong, but I think your very linear single player games are starting to fade off. I think battle royales are dying, and I think that each genre is starting to have a just a bar set that is so high. And the best example that I had, like I think Diablo 4 is about to set the bar for ARPGs and kind of MMOs. It's not going to be a hardcore MMO, but it's going to bring a lot of MMO fans over because of it. Now, Elden Ring, like you didn't play Wolong, but Wolong is Dynasty Warriors, Souls-like game, really good-looking game, tons of loot, tons to do, but it's very linear and driven, right? That game just did not meet expectations. It was a free game on Game Pass. You know what I mean? It was a day one Game Pass game. But at the same time, I think the reason it didn't meet it, like me personally, I played Wolong, but I was playing it a little bit, and what I ended up doing when I got off was re-downloading Elden Ring and playing that. Elden Ring has just set a bar that is so high that it's just going to be really hard to beat that. I think this game is going to do that for this. Diablo 4 is going to do that for this genre, and we're going to start seeing these big giants come out. Like Starfield could do it for the single player genre. We'll see. But I just got a weird what I've been watching and reading and playing personally and listening to other people what they're playing. These single player, very linear games. I think they're gonna have to start like Diablo 4. You can get on this game and play it single. You can play through the whole game single player, right? And at the same time, at any point, you can have your friends drop in and out, and it's not going to affect you. You don't have to have them, but you got the option. What are you looking up right now? You're smirking way too much.
I'm smirking because Glenn's like, I wish I could be a part of the podcast right now because he's like, I got a lot to say, man. I was like, oh, okay, because he's watching it right now.
Oh, we'll have to get Glenn in here for sure. Glenny, we'll
Yeah,
get you in
yeah.
here. We'll definitely get you in here.
Yeah, we'll get you in here, bro.
Every Friday,
Because
we're going to be doing these, man.
I want to get different kinds of people in here because, like I said, we don't play the same games, and not everybody plays the same games. So I want to know what their opinion as a whole.
Now,
Like I even told you I want a female's perspective too.
if
That's interesting.
if you're a fan of Rumbleverse, you fucking can't come in, okay? We don't need any more Rumbleverse fanboys in this pod. We don't need
Glenn
any more.
liked Rumbleverse. Just
All right, Glenn, you're out. You're out, Glenn.
I liked Rumbleverse. I thought it was an underrated game. Anybody who was watching this fucking podcast right now, that was an underrated game.
The game died.
I
It's
don't
in the
care
ground
what-
where it deserves to be.
I don't care what fucking Steve says. That was an underrated fucking game. That was a wrestling fucking game. That was a battle royale. It was a unique game. It may have not been perfect, but it was unique for what it was. Because there's no other game like it. Do you know any battle royale games where you go around and you fucking suplex people?
Bro, if Rumbleverse had come out like in the heyday of Battle Royale, I think it would have been alright. I think
Yeah,
it came out
100%
way too late in the Battle Royale genre. So,
No,
check
I 100% agree.
check this out. So let me make sure. Here, hold on. I'm gonna see. Let me make sure that my screen is sharing in Discord, and you can watch this in
Yeah.
Discord. It won't turn your camera off, right?
No,
Okay.
shouldn't.
Yeah, it should be sharing. So this is a game that I haven't heard you mention, and I haven't heard a lot of people mention, and I'm very confused why. Now, you know me, you know how I am about movement games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when this comes out, I'm definitely going to play it. Now, will I play it long? I don't know, because within a week, we'll probably be absolute hot garbage, and kids will be shitting all over me. This is called Out of Action. You ever seen Out of Action?
No.
This shit's crazy, bro. Alright. Can you see the video?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn sound on. This is Jack Frags, by the way. If you guys don't know who Jack Frags are, who Jack Frags is, I don't know what you're doing.
You're probably not going to believe me, but everything that you're seeing in this video, this game, this
And
prototype
Glenn says
I'm
that
playing here
Diablo
today
4,
was made by one man over the course of the
Sorry,
last
excuse me.
3 years.
Baldur's Gate 3 will be better than Diablo 4. That's what he keeps saying.
Could.
And I kind of 100% agree with him. Okay? Now, from an MMO perspective, no. No, it will never be as good as Diablo 4. From an MMO
I think the thing is, man, like, this is the thing. I think that Diablo 4, Path of Exile 2, and Baldur's Gate 3, I think they're going to be releasing, I think, pretty close, within a year of each other.
Yeah, they're just like pretty close to each other.
Yeah. I don't think the options are either going to be you're to the standard or you're below it. And now when these other two games release, Diablo might be below it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen anything on the other two games. But you're either going to be to the standard or you're below it. But certain players will gravitate towards their game. Like, you got a lot of Path of Exile players, you got a lot of Baldur's Gate, you got a lot of Diablo fans. I think they're all going to be about the same level, and if they are about the same level, then it's just going to be which one do you prefer the most.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair thing to say, actually. Yeah, okay.
I'll talk about Baldur's
You're
Gate in a minute.
probably not going to believe
Check this
me,
out, though.
but
You gotta watch this
everything
shit.
that you're seeing in this video, this game, this prototype
watching
that I'm
it.
playing here today,
Can you
was
hear it?
made by one man over the
No, I
course of the
can't
last
hear it,
3
but I'm
years.
watching it. It's
Just
kinda
keep
cool,
that in
though.
mind as
Now, I've seen this. I've actually seen this gameplay, actually.
Are you
For
watching
first-person
through
shooter,
Discord?
actually. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Let me see if now you can see it.
I go into the details,
Can you hear it
Yeah, I
now?
can
because
hear it.
what we've got
Yeah.
here so far is just so impressive. You're
Oh, there's
probably not going to believe me, but everything that you're seeing in this video, this game, this prototype that I'm playing here today, was made by one man over the course of the last 3 years. Just keep that in mind as I go into the details, because what we've got here so far is just so impressive. And this is a game called Out of Action. It's on Steam. You can't buy it yet. You
Brazos,
can't get
I see
early
your
access.
comment.
You
We'll,
can only wishlist it
talk about
right
it in just
now.
a second.
It doesn't even have a release date. I heard about this a couple weeks back. There was a clip that the developer himself actually made that did the rounds on Twitter. He made a video which showed off some of the mechanics of the
Hey,
game.
old lady.
And a couple of the big gaming news outlets picked
Yes,
it up,
sir, said
started
hi.
sharing it.
Mike says
and I
hi.
saw it and immediately went, damn, that looks cool. And I really wanted to play it. And it reminded me of a lot of the mods that we used to play in the year maybe 2000 to 2003, Half-Life mods, when that scene was absolutely buzzing. There were a lot of
Oh my
mods that
God.
were released for it. Many of them were just stinkers and you play
This
them
is
once
sick.
and never again. But there were some diamonds in there, for example, like Counter-Strike, Day of Defeat, and
Made
some
by
that we
one
played
guy, mind you,
regularly
guys.
that have
One
inspired
guy.
the gameplay that you're seeing here in Out of Action. The main ones I would say are the Specialists and Action Half-Life. And if you wanted a more modern idea of what this game is, just think of it as Max Payne multiplayer in first person. I think that's a quick way
Exactly.
to get a grasp of what's going on here.
Yep.
So the developer is a man called Doku, and he's worked in the gaming industry for over 20 years now. He's worked at Creative Assembly on games like Alien Isolation. He's also worked on games like PlanetSide and various other freelance jobs over the years. But this one, Out of Action, is definitely his
That'd
passion
be one of your
project.
favorite
And we
one-man
started
developers.
chatting, and Doku organized
Yeah, I
a
100% agree with
playtest.
what his
I'm sure
comments
you'll
saying.
recognize some of the
I think
we'll
a
pause it because
single
that's such a long
developer-
video.
Yeah, a single developer can actually do a lot more innovations than actually a whole group of like a company such as Blizzard or Activision or whatever. You know. it
Oh
might be.
yeah, 100%. I want to
They-
read D's
They go out
comment
of their
here.
way.
So
Yeah.
AAA
Yeah, go
gaming
ahead.
sucks, and it's all corporate shenanigans, and appeals ideally lowest common denominator in the crunch time, and the expectations put on the front lines of production is too much. Companies want a large MMO open world RPG done in like a year.
Okay. I agree with that.
Yeah, but I mean, I do agree with it, except Diablo 4 because it's taken like fucking 20 years for this game to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it like, again, it's just an opinion, but it seems like we had this phase there a while back when like Cyberpunk released, and before that was Anthem, and then No Man's Sky. We had like a few years where these really, 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 really big games were yeah, a video game crash in the 80s needs to happen again. Well, I felt like we kind of went through it. Like these games were, in a sense, releasing really fast, and they were just, the expectations were really high, and they were all coming out and flopping and talking about it. You know, it was very public news, and now I'm hoping that people are seeing that. I think Blizzard's biggest lesson, and you know, because again, I'm a big Blizzard guy. Blizzard's the best thing that happened to Blizzard was Warzone 2. Because
Yeah,
the player
yeah,
drop, the
100%.
money, everything that's come after that has been pretty good. So I feel like they had that. That was a learning experience. And it's like when you're not bringing in millions and millions of dollars a day, you're like, oh shit, we're gonna have to get this right, you know. But yeah, there is companies that are really bad about crunch time, stuff like that. I mean, we've got some big stuff coming though.
In the chat right there. Can you explain what caused the crash?
Yeah, what happened in the 80s?
If you don't mind, that is.
1980, man. What a year. 14 more years and then I was born.
If memory recalls correctly. Okay.
But I mean, we're getting there. I do think we're heading in the right direction. I just think that too much. And they were all
Okay.
crappy. Oh shit, are you talking about like ET and all that shit?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's
Yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah,
about.
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Hmm. What
What
about
about
VR?
VR?
I mean, VR is cool, but I don't think they're doing enough innovations for it, in my opinion, to keep it
Reaches?
as a niche kind of thing for people to want to buy. And that's just my opinion. For the price gap in between getting a VR headset and the games, yeah, the games are cheap, but the VR headset itself is expensive.
Depends on what you
So
go with though.
therefore, yeah, it is, but like at the same time, it's like,
Reachers?
would you rather choose a VR headset or would you try to pick up a video game console or a PC that's the equivalent of the price, and then therefore you can play more games? Because on a VR headset, I find that you're very locked in like an Apple product, where you have to buy their games, you have to play their stuff. I don't know. It's just like, in my opinion.
But yeah, um the price point needs to drop for VR for mass adoption consumers. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't think the price point is bad on the Quest. I don't. Now the thing
You
is
don't?
no, I don't. What is it like $200?
Graphics are kind of subpar,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I'm
like
not saying you can
the
expect
screen that you're looking at is kind of not that great either.
you
So it's like, I don't know.
you can't expect a PC VR headset in a Quest though. You know,
Okay,
I mean,
yeah,
like
you're
I'm saying
yeah.
that, but like the Quest isn't bad. Now some of the PC, like the better graphic VRs, like the high end VRs, yeah, I think those prices need to come down. Those are really
Glimpses in
expensive.
long term. Now, long term, I think VR could be definitely big. Definitely big. I think VR could become more popular than a video game console if they strive for more innovations. But they're not striving more for innovations. They're just kind of like going with whatever they have right now, and that's what they're doing,
I'm
in my
waiting until
opinion.
I'm waiting until they plug that thing in the back of our neck, you know, and then I'm just in there. Like that's what I'm waiting on, bro.
Like the movie Extenses.
Like Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, that's a good example too.
Well, I mean
But
the
there's this movie Extenses that like had like these organic dude. I swear to God, you should watch this fucking movie sometime. It's like this organic
uh,
thing that they plug in the back of their spines, like in the back of their head, and it like puts them in this video game world, but it's like realistic as fuck, and it's called Extenses. And it's fucking nuts, dude. Like at one point, the dude's like in this VR like reality that he's in, and like he ends up eating like this like weird fucking chicken or something, and he like makes a gun out of it, and I'm like,
what
what the
the
fuck?
fuck?
Yeah, dude, it's
So much
nuts. It is
potential.
nuts fucking movie.
There's a lot of potential in VR, man. I think the thing with okay, so if you look at the business aspect of it, you know, you do understand that these companies, I think we're all in agreement, these companies are, I mean, they're there to make money. That at the end of the day, you know, they're game companies, but they're trying to make money. Um, I think with technology being a little limited and stuff like that and all that, um, it's I I don't think the market's just super high for it yet. I mean, that's like that would be like Microsoft saying, "Oh, we're gonna make a handheld." Like, what the
Okay,
fuck's the point? You know what I mean? Like first off, you've
yeah,
got the Switch that's gonna
yeah.
dominate you in that market. I think there needs to be a bigger market, and for there to be a bigger market, the technology just has to advance some.
I also feel like big major companies are not trying to compete. That's my opinion. Like Microsoft, they can make a portable console if they wanted to.
I mean,
PlayStation, they can make a portable console if they want to. I mean, they came out with the PSP years ago. I mean, like, what's stopping
yeah,
them?
I mean
You
they can
know, like,
compete, but they don't need to because they have their corner of the market. I mean, they've got the console. Like, why would you want to branch out and take a risk on something when you've got this safety net that is your console that's loved and cherished, and you know you have big
valid
followers.
point.
The same thing with VR. I don't think
Valid point.
that good VR is necessarily too expensive. It is expensive, but at the same time, I mean, we go out and buy a fucking $2,000-$3,000 computers like it's nothing. Like that's not expensive in our heads. Like it's
But
expensive.
you could argue, like I said, it's kind of in the same ballpark as Apple with VR. Because the reason why I say that is because like you feel like you have to buy their product. unless there's a way to jailbreak the Oculus Rift, and then that way you can just get like shit for free. But like, I don't want to get into that because that's against the terms of Twitch. But anyway, what I'm trying to say
Jailbreak it.
is like the VR headset's very much like an ecosystem, just as much as like the Apple products are, you know. And so that therefore, how I feel is that like, I guess in my opinion, I feel like if you own the game already, you shouldn't have to buy it again.
Well, I think the big thing for me in VR, like if
That's
I was
such a big thing about the companies too.
if I wanted to get VR, I would be like, hey Mike, you gotta get a VR. Hey Glenn, you gotta get a VR. Hey this person, you gotta get a VR. Cause like I can only play with VR people, right? So like on PC, I can get on and play with Xbox people, PlayStation people, this that. You know what I'm saying? You can connect with more of your friends. There is more to play. The technology is better. I mean, I think VR will get there. We're just not there yet.
Did you see where MD said something?
MD?
Yeah, Desarius.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing your name.
The classic Nintendo Virtual Boy.
By the way, I know that person. That. Hi, Tressa. How you doing? The Lady Karma.
10 to 20 years? I don't think it'll be 10 to 20 years. I think we're much faster. I mean, we're going to the moon. We're going to Mars in 2030.
I don't know if I necessarily believe what Steve believes in, but yeah, I 100% agree.
No, fuck that. I don't care if we just gotta throw them into space. We're going.
I don't think the VR headset's gonna amount to 10 to 20 years. I think it'll be less. Just to be honest.
I don't know if we talk about it a whole lot, because a lot of gamers don't talk about it yet. But I won't get into it too deep because I don't know everything about it. But the brain chip. The brain chip is real. The brain chip is made. The brain chip is coming. And Elon Musk has said that, you know, the very beginning of it will be, you know, just for people with certain diseases, stuff like that. Anything that's neurotic, you can change it. You know, if you have pain, you can eliminate it, stuff like that. But the brain chip was showed off with a monkey, and it was playing fucking Pong with its brain, just moving, just thinking.
I've seen that video.
Okay, so you have a brain chip, and then you're able to connect that to just a headset, a screen, a first-person screen. That's where I think VR's going. I think you're gonna have to have both. I really do, because then you'd be able to move in game, just sitting here, just you know, you're thinking, you feel like you're actually moving. And like if you look at animes and stuff, like when they get into VR, they're not just like when they like really immerse into those worlds, they're not just here I am, I'm moving. It takes them a second to really get the feel of it. You know what I mean?
What about ADS being implemented?
Ads? Oh yeah, there's gonna be ads. I'm telling you, like
I can see that. Yeah.
In 5 years, we're gonna see people like it's kind of morbid. It's a little fucked up, but it's gonna be like, man tries to hack brain chip to remove ads, fries brain, just dead as shit. like we're gonna see it on the news. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be fucked. Like it really is.
So fucked up. No man.
I mean, I'll get one. Hey, am I gonna be one of the first people? Nah, I'm gonna let them work some of that shit out first. Like imagine though. Imagine waking up.
Can you hear me in Discord, by the way?
No, they hear you through the stream, I think.
Yeah. Can you make it to where they hear me through the Discord so I can step outside?
Oh yeah.
So that way I can talk and still, you know, do my thing.
Oh, just go take a break. We'll take a break.
All right. We're gonna take a break, guys.
Folks, we'll be back in like 5 minutes. We'll get back on this conversation. This is a good conversation.
When a free skin drops in a game, Which side are you on? Volume alpha, volume beta. What gives people feelings of power, money, status? Playing through God of War on the hardest difficulty. Girls, I like guys that take risks. Me. POV, it's 2021, and you just yelled Among Us. POV, you're a girl gamer hat said hello on voice chat. Me when I moved to a remote location to start a new peaceful life, but there's no Minecraft music in the background. This song was in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Brother, playing Kirby, do you know who I am? Me, still learning the names. You're the guy with the mouth. When your mom throws away your old Minecraft handbooks, the sacred texts. When you're being charged with first-degree murder, arson and kidnapping, but you remember that you have over 15 million power in Lord's Mobile. I find a game. Becomes fun for a while. I get bored. I forget about the game. I find a game. Me, non-threateningly AFK in a snow biome. The polar bear with a cub that just spawned. You picked the wrong house full. People online arguing what song is the best. Me and the boys discussing which Minecraft soundtrack is the best. Me when someone tells me to get good. Thank you, Mr. Helpful. Kids played this game. Men played this game. Only legends played this game. When the game is being too generous before you enter the next level. Trying to find a good mobile game in 2023. Me, don't peek, there's a sniper, my teammate. Me following my teammate, because they know what they're doing. Only do what your heart tells you. Spend your money on games you won't play. You got it, boss. Make a game without microtransactions or draw 25. EA. Asian player about to top the leaderboard once again. Me in public chat asking him what happened in Tiananmen Square. Counter-Strike joining the other Valve properties that ended before 3. My interest in playing a video game leaving my body the second I see it was made by EA. Forget zodiac signs. Which Minecraft llama carpet design is your favorite? Teacher, what are you laughing about? Me, nothing. Meanwhile, my brain. When I see Black Ops 3 on sale, it's been 84 years. Giga Chad Fox. Everyone, you need 8 hours of sleep every day, bruh. Me playing Minecraft at 3 AM. I don't need sleep, I need diamonds. Soulful Video Game Studios. Before, during, and after your first night in Minecraft.
Tifa setting on your face. Who's Tifa, Andy? Got a
Actually make a realistic ad or draw 25.
bit of a
Mobile game companies.
love affair
How
there.
the GTA cops be 45 seconds after you blow up half of the city, decimating the local economy and leaving thousands without family members, but they forgot who you are. How it feels getting flashbanged in real life. Flashbanged in a video game. Doctor, so where your trust issues started, me. It is time to go. Was I a good digital store? No, I'm told you were the best. People discussing which Minecraft update is the best. Me and the boys discussing which Minecraft llama carpet pattern is the best. You hear the
Plug in
Call
the
of Duty
Matrix.
Zombies theme and a mystery box appears. Panic. You don't play Call of Duty. Calm. You don't play Call of Duty. Panic. Me waiting for the level to load. Wake up. Come on. Snap out of it. Please, if you can hear my voice. It's no use. He's in a deep coma. GTA 6 came out. PC gamers, console gamers, having the inability to go outside. I'm the hardest survival game. No, I am. Amateurs. What was that, punk? Amateurs. Mobile games. Roblox, Fortnite. Advertising companies. I can't believe he didn't.
We gotta watch this shit. I don't know if you all have seen this, but this is so funny.
Halo Uncharted backwards compatibility. Superior Japanese engineering. Ha 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 ha! Dirty console gaming peasants. Just ignore him and he'll go away. Peasants, I bring news. Join me in PC gaming and ascend to godhood. For you are weak and I am mighty. Witness, mortals, my overclocked i7, my 64 gigs of RAM, a graphics card. Don't they run on the Windows or something?
Oh, that is so cool. You know the voice actor for this?
Destroying 8K resolution at 240 frames per second. Steam sales, and a dick so big I can't even.
I cannot get over when he rolls in. Oh, ho, ho, ho. That sound is
Come on, you
hilarious.
guys. I'm just trying to help you save money. That's all. Don't you want this sweet graphics card? Well, fine. More yummy graphics for me.
That's cool. You know him though. That's really neat.
Oh, it tastes so good, you guys.
I'd fan out if I saw a dude like that.
64 gigs of RAM, peasant. I have 128 gigs of RAM. Join me and ascend to godhood, for you are weak and I am mighty. Yeah, well, you're a fucking faggot. Yeah, well,
Oh, I forgot it said that. My bad.
You just gotta know it. You're just walking in here. No one even asked for you to show up and give your opinion, but you fucking did it anyway, you prick. Hey, just 'cause my dick's bigger than yours. My dick was biggest last year. Yeah, well, this is this year, and now your big dick is considered small. It's
stream.
not.
Nah, it'll be fun. I didn't say it. Oh, that's funny. I love flash kits. Oh, what else can we watch? Any video suggestions, chat? Let's look up some amazing. That PC's crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's insane.
Hey guys, you're about to see the most innovative and beautiful PC cases for your build. Some of them are of a butterfly shape, others look like a huge moving sphere, not to mention the amazing case that's smaller than your Wi-Fi router. Those who watch the video till the end can take part in our giveaway and win one of the cool gadgets, follow some rules, and test your luck. First, you need to find all the UFACT logos in the video and write down in one comment the exact time every logo appears.
Well,
You
MD,
can
have
see
a
the example
decent
on the
day at
screen.
work.
The
We'll
rest is announced
start
at the end
talking
of the
about that
video. Let's get started.
once Mike gets back.
Let's start with the amazing premium case called Z-Tower. The name comes from its incredible curved shape,
Dude,
which
that's
is achieved
fucking
in
crazy.
a complicated casting process. This case may look fragile, but it's actually made of 2-inch thick aluminum alloy. No wonder this thing weighs over 88 pounds. Thanks to the hollow structure, it handles heat perfectly, providing good airflow and ventilation. Z-Tower supports all the latest components such as eATX motherboards and high-end graphic cards. It also allows 2 positions for GPU placement, vertical and horizontal. On top of that, you can install up to 3 4.7-inch fans and 2 internal drives. Almost forgotten, each unit is engraved with an individual serial number, so you'll become one of the few happy owners. This thing right here is actually a custom-made mod of a deep-cool Tristellar case. It definitely took a lot of work to achieve this look. First of all, the modder had to install the amazing cooling system with a transparent reservoir. As for the radiators, he had to make some new mounting places as the original case has just one. He also made some additional panels of plexiglass, and the cherry on top is the aggressive red lighting all over the case. Looks like an alien device from the movies. Here's a great mid-tower chassis that you might use for your build. With the 2-side tempered glass panels, it exposes your rig beautifully. The triangular shape allows 3 placement layouts: wall mounting, horizontal laying, and vertical standing. Thanks to the modular design, you can easily move the components and add new parts. The case supports different storage devices with 7 dedicated bays. You can also install up to 4 fans as well as a massive 18.8-inch radiator. With the included riser cable, you can place your GPU in any position you want. In addition, all types of liquid cooling are supported here. The cable management space is fairly large and easy to access. So, how do you like this one? The next chassis from the same manufacturer is more of a traditional form, but no less impressive. Unlike the previous case, this one is a full tower. The tempered glass windows are still here, but their positioning is a bit different. They're big enough to provide a clear view of your hardware. There's plenty of space inside to fit anything you can possibly need, starting with the eATX motherboard support and various cooling supplies. The case fits up to 4 fans and a large liquid radiator. Moreover, the open frame design allows excellent airflow, which prevents overheating. The modular panels are easily removable whenever you need to access your components. All the connectivity ports are placed on top. So handy. Sounds great to me. 4 independent compartments prevent your components from interfering with each other and producing too much heat. Thanks to the modular design, each part is easily removable. This case is a beast in terms of internal storage. There are 10 drive bays of different dimensions, which altogether create an enormous storage capacity. Apart from that, you get additional space for large liquid cooling accessories. RGB lighting is thought through as well. This case is provided with a mobile app that allows you to adjust the lighting and access the thermal controls. I'd say this shape reminds me of a butterfly. This case may look a bit plain in comparison to the others, but it has quite a lot to offer. First and foremost, it's not that expensive. What will you get? A mid-tower chassis with fully transparent design. The panels are made of thick and durable tempered glass. The case is protected from dust with 2 removable filters on the top and the bottom. It supports all kinds of motherboards up to eATX, plus it fits up to 6 internal drives, 3 HDDs, and 3 SSDs. Special routing channels allow seamless cable management, and yep, the cooling system. 6 RGB-enabled fans are included in the package. Oh, and you get a remote control to adjust the lights. This is a must-have. All that glass is cool, but some people prefer the solid metallic look. This Cougar Conquer 2 case looks like a futuristic weapon. With the detachable sub-chassis, it's especially good for modders. Despite the overall metal frame, there are some glass elements that expose the coolest parts, and speaking of those, the RGB strips on the front are already pre-installed. The case supports both water and air cooling with 6 4.7-inch fan slots. The case supports both ATX and CEB motherboards, which is quite a rare option. So let's move on. We've still got some crazy stuff to show. This mid-tower case is definitely worth your attention. It combines aluminum and glass in quite a unique way. The case supports video cards up to 12 inches long. There's also 2 SDD and 2 HDD bays for pretty large storage capacity. As for the cooling, this case allows using up to 4 4.7-inch fans. 2 fans are already included in the package, and most importantly, they're RGB enabled. You can control them remotely to choose colors, brightness, and awesome effects. Water cooling radiators are supported as well. The leaning design was probably inspired by the Tower of Pisa. This amazing case literally doubles all your possibilities. The T-Wings is called like that for a good reason. These two wings actually fit two separate full-size PC builds. So you can install two 14-inch radiators at a time to handle all the heat. The glass panels on both sides ensure both builds look great from the outside. One of the systems, though, will be more powerful. It supports advanced motherboards including eATX, while the subsystem is limited to mini ITX. Yet both sides support beautiful RGB lighting as well as large storage capacities. In the center, there's a single cable management compartment, which is quite handy. Multiple ports, including USB-C, are also placed in the middle. Guess this is the perfect solution for couples or brothers and sisters. Now, here's a truly remarkable case called Winbot. Looking like a Star Wars droid, this thing features an incredible spheric design and pro-level capabilities. As you can see, the case is fancy and transparent from any angle. The built-in motor mechanics allow you to rotate the sphere. This case is also equipped with a camera for facial detection and some cool hand gestures. Of course, you can put all the best hardware inside. Winbot supports eATX motherboards and high-end graphic cards. Plus, there are 12 internal drive bays and 5 fan slots for a powerful cooling system. And there's a white version that looks just as great. This case is one of my favorites. Check out this mid-tower case with a super bright RGB front panel. It consists of 144 individually addressable LEDs, and there are 12 amazing lighting modes which you can switch with the buttons on the case. On top of that, you get 4 pre-installed RGB fans, so your case gets extremely colorful and customizable. With a special app, you can control the lighting both for the panel and fans, or adjust the fan speed. It gets really fun with the creation mode where you can create your own designs. In addition, this case can hear your music and sync the lighting with the beat. Aside from all that, you get plenty of space for a liquid cooling system and good hardware compatibility. No eATX motherboards though, but I guess the lighting is worth it. Honestly, not everyone needs all that crazy performance. If you're looking for a small and powerful case for some basic gaming and productivity tasks, check out this guy. I mean, it's barely bigger than a Wi-Fi router. And what's inside? First of all, a good ventilation system. It's neatly integrated in this ribbed design. Dust filter is built in as well. The 2.3-inch heatsink space will be enough for most Intel and AMD coolers. Quite surprisingly, there's enough space for 2 internal HDDs. The PSU is included in the package, and it's specially designed for this case. It can stand both horizontally and vertically, so you can find the best position on your desk. So bigger isn't always better, I guess. This case is simple yet really creative. If you think about it, any fancy case can be basically reduced to something like this: a fully open metal base for your hardware. Well, the dust will definitely be a problem, but on the other hand, you get the best possible airflow and heat dissipation. You can also use a graphic card of any length, as there are literally no borders. Because of the compact size, this case supports mini ITX motherboards only. There are 2 internal drive bays suitable for both HDD and SSD. Another big advantage, this case weighs just 2 pounds. So would you give it a try? This case also features an interesting open frame design, but in a bit different way. It combines dark and sharp aluminum panels with
I know somebody that
transparent
has that
tempered
case.
glass sides. The unusual angle also makes it unique. As you can see, it's fully open from the back, so the airflow should be just perfect. Of course, you can install some high-end cooling stuff, up to 6 fans or 2 14-inch radiators. On top of that, any type of motherboard and 2 internal drives are also available. The ports, including USB-C, are comfortably located on the front. So let's move on to the last one. One more case by Inwin that stands out with a beautiful open-air design. The gold version is gorgeous, but there are some other color combinations as well. The metallic tubing used in these cases is completely handcrafted. With the quick-release fasteners, it's really easy to open the case and access your internal components. Speaking of those, you get some really good compatibility here. There's enough space for 2 large radiators and a 16-inch graphic card. 4 internal drive bays are at your service. The case comes with an exclusive transparent power supply, which is already pre-installed. Of course, all your great components will be visible through the large glass panels. Must be a spectacular sight. As you've watched the video to the end, you're definitely going to want to take part in our giveaway and win a gaming keypad by Razer, Tartarus V2. Subscribe, thumbs up, and leave a comment with the exact Hey guys, it's time to check out the most
the
mind-blowing
fuck is
PC
that?
mods and accessories you can buy right now. Some items will definitely attract all the steampunk fans with their truly unique design. For the rest, we have the most powerful keyboard, computer, and the unparalleled Iron Man mod. All the links to the products are written in the description. Let's go. Using a PC without a keyboard must be quite difficult and weird, but it turns out you can perfectly get along with just a keyboard. So this thing right here is a fully functioning PC that's packed in a compact keyboard body. There's a quad-core 64-bit processor inside that perfectly handles all the basic tasks, some light programming and even 4K video playback. With dual output ports, you're free to connect 2 displays at a time. Plus the keyboard comes with a mouse, so your workspace is fully set up. It's not just the incredibly detailed Iron Man case that blows your mind, it's a one-to-one replica. The 3D printed case is inspired by the MK-45 suit that was shown in Avengers Age of Ultron. But it wouldn't quite match the original if it wasn't stuffed with top-quality hardware. So this mod is equipped with an Intel i7 5820K processor, along with the MSI X99A titanium mainboard. NVIDIA GTX 1080 is here to run the graphics. The 32GB DDR4 RAM and 240GB SSD, both made by Zadok, are also RGB enabled, which makes the case beautifully glow from the inside. Same goes for the Thermaltake liquid cooling. This thing is truly one of a kind. You might think that a PC is just a heartless machine, but definitely not this one. This
That's
guy
crazy.
has created the most human PC ever, which has its own heart. The whole build was basically handcrafted from scratch, which implies the metal frame, powder coating, and acrylic panels on the sides. But of course, the most challenging part was the incredibly realistic silicone heart. It's not just a static model, the heart is beating. Since it's attached to the liquid cooling tubes, one might think it's running the coolant like blood in our veins. But in fact, there's a separate pump that does all the work and another one that makes the heartbeat. It's equipped with Intel Core i5 4690K CPU and Zotac 970 GTX graphics. Plus there's a terabyte of SSD storage and 8 gigabytes of crucial 14900 RAM. It's alive! We all know Razer does a great job with gaming accessories. This wireless mouse is proof of that. It features a sharp and aggressive design with recognizable green accents. Thanks to the hyperspeed technology, you won't notice any latencies. The mouse is equipped with 11 programmable buttons. Moreover, you can even set the resistance level of the scroll wheel. The optical mouse switch offers exceptional durability and prevents unintended clicks. What's more, the built-in RGB lighting consists of 14 zones. Each of them is individually customizable. Hey guys, if your PC needs some stunning upgrades, here's a helping hand. You'll find out how to manage your cables and deal with overheating. Then comes the glorious spaceship mod and the Cybertruck keyboard. All the links to the products you'll find in the description. Let's go. Here's the cutest PC accessory in our review. This heated mousepad will keep your hands warm during the hours of working and surfing the web. It covers your hands with thick cartoon plush. There's an electronic heating sheet inside that maintains constant temperature. It's powered by a standard USB cable that plugs into your PC. There's plenty of space inside for you to comfortably move the mouse. On the bottom side, there's a special silicone layer that prevents the pad from slipping. There's a wide range of beautiful designs to choose from. Even looking at these brings you warmth. All these wires around your PC can get really annoying, especially for gamers. This cable holder for your mouse helps to address that problem and bring some additional features. Thanks to this thing, your cable won't bother you at the worst possible moment. The support arm is equipped with several springs, providing smooth and comfortable movement for your mouse. Thanks to the built-in RGB lights, this accessory will perfectly match your pro gamer setup. It supports 7 different colors and a cool dynamic rainbow mode. In addition, this holder brings you 4 additional USB ports for all your peripherals. The weighted disc inside, along with the non-slip bottom, ensures stable and firm grip. Everything you need to achieve the best results.
That's pretty cool. Can you give me something like that?
Good sound is equally crucial for your gaming experience. These speakers are designed especially for gamers, so they meet all your needs. First of all, they deliver 32 watts peak power, and the built-in subwoofer ensures really strong bass. The professional sound chip inside features 3 EQ modes for games, movies, and music. Design-wise, these speakers are minimalist and pretty compact. Yet they get quite bright and colorful with 12 RGB lighting modes. You can easily control lighting and sound effects or the volume level using buttons on the side panel. Plus, there are plenty of connectivity options. You can use the standard aux port or connect via Bluetooth from any of your devices. Also, the speakers have a USB input for sound cards. Overheating is one of the major problems for laptop owners. It can either cause performance issues or even reduce the lifespan of your device. This external cooler fan will help you with that. It's compatible with most laptops which have side or back air exhaust, no matter the manufacturer or the screen size. This thing will boost your cooling system, delivering an incredible speed, 4,500 revolutions per minute. It's very easy to use. Just turn the buttons and look at your speed on the screen. The gadget's metal frame acts as a heat sink. The durable metal body and Japanese motor inside ensure exceptional quality. 4 sleeves are included in the package to fit air exhausts perfectly, not to mention the 5-year warranty. Finally, the fan is compact and weighs only 9 ounces. Extremely handy.
That's pretty dope.
This little gadget will improve your sound without any changes in your setup. It's a small mic adapter that works with any headset using a standard 0.13-inch jack. Thanks to the AI-powered noise-canceling technologies, this thing handles over 50 million types of background noise. Noisy appliances and keyboard clicks won't ruin your calls anymore. Your speech will remain crystal clear even outdoors. This adapter works with PCs, Macs, smartphones, and even gaming consoles. It connects through the latest USB-C, but a standard
Chat, I was
USB
coming
adapter
downstairs
is also
right
included
before
in
the
the
stream,
package.
and I like slipped on my step when I did that. It like pulled
Here's a
something
desk
right here.
designed
Oh my
especially
god.
for gamers to meet
It's
all their
horrible.
needs. First of all, it features a bright and sharp look to match your build and accessories. With the additional struts and crossbars, the desk can hold up to 250 pounds. The carbon fiber surface is sleek and durable at the same time. And here comes the coolest stuff. The monitor stand allows you to free some space while keeping the screen in the most comfortable position. On top of that, you get a cup and a headphone hook to keep everything
I don't like
handy.
monitor
Guess
stands.
this desk will be perfectly usable for not only gamers. The notorious Tesla Cybertruck was definitely a great inspiration for many designers. So here's a Cyberboard, an innovative keyboard with a very familiar sharp-edged design. It delivers great typing experience with mechanical keys and a silicone mute mount. The 10-degree incline also provides a comfortable position for your hands. All the switches are hot swappable. This keyboard has a revolutionary feature for its class, wireless charging. The most eye-catching part is definitely the huge LED strip consisting of 200 squares. The panel is completely customizable, so you can choose any image or animation you want. The frame of this keyboard is made of sturdy aluminum alloy. Should be as durable as the truck itself. If you need a large and colorful gaming mousepad, take a look at this one. It's 35 inches by 15 inches, really big. You'll have plenty of space for your mouse and keyboard. The cloth surface is super smooth, so the mouse moves easily. The rubber base ensures good grip and prevents
Do you remember how I showed you?
Hey, you're in. You're gonna have to unmute me though. Well, I was at Mike in, but he left.
Yo.
Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, you're on desktop audio.
Okay, so people can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess what I wanted to say to because Glenn was telling me that I should get back in there. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now. Is that okay, so further questioning. what is your opinion on the DLC?
Or what?
Anything, period. Just like industry wise, like what do you think? Do you think that they should start producing content for free, or do you think
I mean, no, they can't do it for free. I mean, people got to be paid. So,
they're going to be paid?
all right,
All right.
I hear you. Hold on, let me mute you on Discord. We got an echo.
What?
There's an echo. Are you close to your PC?
No, yeah, I was for a second because I went to go grab my beer.
Got you. Are you coming back to the cam?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm coming back to the cam. I just want to sit here and like smoking shit. But so you think that the gaming industry is fine as far as DLC goes?
Yeah. I mean, you got to charge for it. I
Mhm.
mean, people got to be paid.
Or do you think that games are lacking as far as like the releases?
Mm, I mean, sometimes it's spaced out, but at the same time, I mean, we're in this big dilemma where, you know, I mean, MD made a good comment before he left. He said he had to get back to work, but he's like, not everything has to be long awaited, more time, more money doesn't produce the best stuff. And he made a good example of Fallout New Vegas. It was made in 9 months and it was a great game.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. It is a good example right there, actually. Yeah.
So
Um. So you think that they could actually strive a little bit better?
not that necessarily. It's just like you want to put out a good product. It doesn't matter. Like I'm kind of all for it. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how fast it's done. It can be done fast. It can take a while. Whatever. But no matter what, when it comes out, it needs to be solid. Whether it be DLC, a new launch, anything.
Oh, anything. Okay.
Yep.
My next question. Do you think looter shooters will phase out battle royales,
They're starting to already.
or do you think it's going to become a hybrid genre?
It's I think all games that's why I think that these linear story games are gonna start falling off because you gotta think, man, like the thing that got me into Counter Strike is cases. Opening cases, hoping you get the best thing. See, I get that same feeling from Diablo. When I'm running through and I see that fucking orange beam shoot up, and I know I got a legendary, or that red beam, I got a primal. That's so exciting. Same with Marauders. When you open up a vault and you're looking through and you're like, oh, is there anything good? And you see something you've never seen, you're like, holy shit, like this is gonna be worth so much money. I mean, in-game money. It's not real money, but still, just that whole ideal of not knowing what you're gonna get and getting something amazing. It's addictive. And so, yeah, I think looter shooters are gonna take over VR because you don't have like a battle pass is good. It gives you something to work for and stuff, but you know what's coming. Like, oh, this game, I'm probably going to get this. Looting and not knowing what you're going to get is amazing. And the thing with BRs is what you loot in game, you spend in that game. When you die, you lose it in that game. Like, your match is over. So you're not really getting anything in game.
Except for rare exceptions like Doctor Disrespect's game.
Yeah, but like I said, that game's just a long way off. It's got to cook in the oven a little bit more.
One question I wanted to bring up before the podcast ends or anything. Now, what's your opinion on mobile gaming? Do you think mobile gaming can fizzle out eventually mainstream gaming, or do you think that other devices such as the Steam Deck and PSP and all that other stuff has a placeholder in gaming?
I don't think handhelds are mobile gaming. I think the PSP, the Switch, all that stuff is handhelds. I think it's its own thing. Mobile gaming. When I think mobile gaming, I think cell phone games, and they're absolute dog shit. They're way too monetized. It's for a certain type of person or a certain type of gamer. Like, it's more of a I'm bored. let me kill time. That's a kill time thing. You're not doing it because you enjoy it. You're doing it because you got to kill time.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that mobile gaming can eventually surpass that, or no?
I don't think they want to, man. They're making too much money. I mean,
They
fuck.
make too much money.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I play some mobile games. Like the first thing I do is see if I can pay like $4 or $5 to block ads. You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying? Like, I mean, it's like they're it's a free game and they're making money off of me just to block the ads.
Do you think mobile gaming is a quick cash grab?
Oh yeah, most things in gaming now are though. I mean, you got a lot of cash grabs, bro. You know that. I was gonna talk to you about because if you want to, we can wrap it up before too long.
Yeah.
Have you seen the stuff on Redfall?
Yes, I have actually, and that's interesting that you're bringing that up because I saw that it actually didn't do so good.
I've played it. I haven't played it very long though, but I've got an article pulled up on stream, and it's talking about Redfall.
Okay.
I guess Phil Spencer the other day apologized and everything.
Really?
Yeah, let me find that.
For what? Giving it high hopes, or what? Like, what was he doing? Like, was he like promoting the game a lot, or what? You know, like,
Hold
why
on
was he
one second,
apologizing?
Mike.
This has nothing to do with Redfall, really, but.
Yeah, I don't know. He's apologizing for the performance, I guess, but I mean, oh, to this? Oh, okay. It's on Twitch. Yeah. Sodomize Gaming. Uh-huh.
We went with
Okay.
that name because it's edgy.
Hey, Teggery's in here. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man?
See, you need to come back to the camera, Mike. Smoke in your room. You'll be
Yeah.
all right.
I'm just enjoying my tobacco, unfortunately.
Here we go. So, Xbox Boss says Redfall let a lot of people down, commits to fixing it.
Okay.
That's the link.
What are they committed to, though? What's it saying?
I don't know. Like, I haven't. I guess there's frame drops or something. You know, like right here it says, in terms of our commitment to the game, the team at Arcane is taking the near-term feedback, he said. We're still working on the 60 frames per second update. We have a good timeline for that. We're committed to getting that done, and we're going to continue to work on the game. We've shown a commitment to games like Sea of Thieves and Grounded to continue to go and build games. But I also know these games are $70, and I'm going to take full responsibility for a game that needs to be great. So this is...
Okay, so that's directly from Phil Spencer himself. Okay. So what do you think of Phil Spencer's comment?
Again, I haven't played the game very long, so I mean, like I played it the other morning for like an hour, man, and I mean it's not like a revolutionary, game-changing thing, you know. It's not going to change the world, but it didn't seem like it was bad. I mean, I don't know if people were overhyping this game to be like this is going to be as good as Starfield and all this, or what's going on. I don't know the deal of why it's having issues. I'm guessing it's having frame drops. I didn't see any in the hour that I played. I mean, I was playing on my Xbox, so.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So overall gameplay, what do you think of it?
It's fun. I mean, it was cool. It's got that clunky Bethesda moving. Here's some comments. Let's see what we did. I'm only about 5 or so hours into Redfall myself, and while I don't entirely hate it, I'm dreading what the late game holds though. I'm utterly baffled by some of the gameplay design choices Arcane made. Like the whole loot rarity system feels like an afterthought. But then literally 20 minutes of me starting up the campaign while I was just randomly exploring the town after completing the second major campaign mission, I was finding caches filled with rare blue items, epic purple items, and even legendary orange tier weapons. So I mean, I don't know. I
It
guess
was
it's
like a
just a
three-way.
gameplay issue overall. But yeah, I mean, Phil Spencer came out and apologized and said, it's going to be fixed and yada yada. He's taking accountability for it. It's nice to see some accountability for once. We've got companies that there's issues and they just won't respond to us. That's a big
Yeah,
thing. That's why
big thing.
I want this merger to go through so bad. I want this Activision Blizzard merger to go through. And that's being blocked too again.
Yeah, I know. I read about that. So do you think that Microsoft has what it takes?
Of course, Tegrity just said they are recommending running the game at 30 FPS, which is pretty shitty in most gamers. In today's time, yeah, I mean 30 FPS isn't.
Yeah, that's terrible.
an
That is
issue.
really bad.
So
Most games that are first person shooter are 60 FPS or above.
now, see, the thing is though, like Redfall, the whole thing with Redfall, um, like I wasn't super like, oh, Redfall is gonna suck, or I wasn't super hype. I was just like, I'm gonna play it. It's on Game Pass. I have Game Pass. But I wanted to see how Redfall was gonna come out because to me, this is a big like, foreshadowing possibly of Starfield, and that has got to be the biggest, most anticipated game that's come out in a long time.
You think that's a foreshadow? I think Star Citizen's kind of a foreshadow.
No, I'm
To
just
be
saying.
honest.
I mean, they come from the same company, so if this game's having a lot of issues,
I understand.
if this game's having a lot of issues, then maybe is Starfield going to release with a lot of issues? Because if Starfield comes out and it's a flop, dude, that's going to be devastating to a lot of people.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
For sure.
me personally, I'm looking more towards Diablo 4 than Starfield. I'm very excited for Starfield though.
So what do you think of Bethesda as a whole? Now that we're talking about it?
I mean,
do you think that they're
Elder
in
Scrolls
the
is
right
amazing.
direction?
I don't know. I mean, Redfall still's got that clunky feeling. You know what I'm talking about? Like that movement in Elder Scrolls games where you start looking around in first person and you're like, it's weird feeling. Yeah, Starfield still got, not Starfield, Redfall still has that.
Really?
Yeah, it just feels dated.
So do oh, okay, so it feels dated. Okay.
It's just that Bethesda movement. I kind of grown to accept it. Like,
what about games like CS:GO? Because like, for example, what I'm trying to say is like the movement in that game hasn't changed in years.
yeah, but it's I don't know. It's a shooter. It feels, the thing about Redfall, I'll say this because I have not played it on PC. The second I played it on my Xbox, and the second I played it on Xbox, I was like, this would feel better on PC. Does that make sense?
You feel like it would be better on PC.
Oh, 100%. Not with the looks, but the movement. Like
The WASD and the mouse and
yeah,
all that
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. You're on controller, and there's just no like on controller games, especially story-based controller games. Usually there's a lot of aim assist, and you feel like you're just like you can like left trigger, and it'll kind of like hard lock onto them, and like Grand Theft Auto, like that's a lot of console games that are PVE anyways. This does not have that. It's like you're moving around a mouse with your thumb. So it's yeah, that's a good way to explain it.
That's actually an accurate way to explain it. Just be honest, because I played a little bit of it myself, and I didn't really like it. But the movement is very outdated.
Yeah, I mean,
Very.
I definitely prefer a mouse in shooters now. But
Really?
at the same time, yeah, I just think I can be a little more accurate.
And let's explain this to the podcast to anybody that's watching or anything. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that like, so you used to be a console gamer for the longest time.
Yeah.
Now I know you used to be a PC gamer too, but also, did you play mouse and keyboard when you first started?
Yeah, when we first started Warzone 1, yeah, because I was the PC I was on was borrowed. Of course, it was my roommate's PC he wasn't using. And I didn't have a wired controller, and I could not get a controller to connect via Bluetooth. to that. So I had no
Really?
choice but to play keyboard and mouse. So I played the longest time I played Warzone keyboard and mouse. Now there's certain games, man. Like there's a lot of games like Marauders, keyboard and mouse, obviously. Counter Strike, keyboard and mouse, obviously. If I were to get back on Warzone though, I'd want to play on controller.
Really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's
You
very.
think aim assist is very dominant? That's what I wanted to bring
Oh
up
yeah,
next.
because I used to. I don't think
Do you
it's.
think it's
I don't think
dominant,
it's
or do you think it's
necessarily dominant. I don't know. I mean, it is in some games, but it's not in others. I think it could be balanced a little bit. I don't think it needs to be taken out. Now, like there's situations, like if I'm on Xbox and I play with some of my PC friends, it puts me in PC lobbies and Overwatch, and
right? Yeah.
it will completely eliminate your aim assist on controller. That's fucking hard, man.
Really?
Oh yeah, it takes your aim assist all the way. There is no aim assist when you're playing in PC lobbies on console. So you're playing with the controller with no aim assist. You know, and it's definitely it's nearly impossible to be accurate with no aim assist and just a controller. Now a mouse, no aim assist, I wouldn't want aim assist with the mouse.
Okay.
That's
I'm a little bit tipsy, but like what I'm trying to say is like, do you think that mouse and keyboard will ever get aim assist?
I think mouse and no, probably not. That would be I mean, if mouse and keyboard gets aim assist, then everyone just needs to throw their controllers away.
So then it would just be mouse and keyboard. That's how
Oh
you see
yeah,
it.
it would be fucking. It'd be dominant. You could just make your movement on mouse is a lot better. That's one thing I'll say about Warzone. Like I hate the controller movement, but I love the mouse and keyboard movement. But the aim assist on Warzone is really strong, so I like the controller aim assist.
Okay, so do you find that aim assist is a clutch?
Nah, not really. I don't think so. I mean, I think it's needed for controllers. You gotta have it. Now,
It's
something I
needed.
do prefer playing with controller, which is crazy. I didn't think I would. I like Diablo on controller better.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I think it's the moving and not having to just drag your mouse constantly, and then you got to hit another key to stand still and attack. That's weird. Like you got to hit extra buttons to do what I can do with less buttons on a controller.
You see mouse and keyboard more. I guess my next question is: do you find mouse and keyboard more versatile than controller, or do you find it the other way around?
Depends. I mean, again, it's a game by game situation. I mean, a lot of it's game by game. Like certain games I prefer mouse and keyboard. Certain games I prefer controller.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair answer. I guess what I'm trying to also say too is like, do you prefer controller over mouse and keyboard?
I used to. I wouldn't say I prefer either now. I mean, I like to use mouse and keyboard at my PC, obviously, because I don't have to go get my controller and plug it in. It's just an ease thing. But like, I can go from my PC playing CS:GO, and I can go hop on. It took a while to be able to do this too. I can go hop on an Xbox game and feel fine with the controller in my hand. Because when I started to make the switch, when I got the computer, you know, the very first time forever ago when I first played with you, going to keyboard mouse was really hard. You know, I had to play for, 3 weeks until I even felt semi comfortable. And that's not meaning I was
Yeah.
good or doing anything fun. It's just I felt comfortable with the mouse and keyboard. And then switching back to controller after that felt weird for a long time. And then when I got this computer, this setup, I started playing mouse and keyboard, and then I'm going to controller here, and then I'm going back to mouse and keyboard, and then I'm going to my Xbox and going to controller, and it was throwing me off for a while. It was, because like each time I would switch back to the other peripheral, it would just feel almost foreign in my hand. It would feel weird. It took a day or two to adjust, or a few hours to adjust, but now it doesn't. Now I can just pick up both of them with ease and feel fine.
So, as a gamer who's been gaming for a really long time, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, do you think that mouse and keyboard is more dominant, or do you think controller? Because that's the biggest debate of all time.
Yeah, I know it is. Me personally, I don't think either are dominant.
You do. Okay, that's a fair answer. Why though? That's what I want to
Tegrity
know.
said the same thing. He said, I just think it's a preference thing, man. Like, if you put a controller in my hand and a controller in your hand, for example, in Call of Duty, and we're 1v1 in, I think I'll win that controller battle. But
Okay.
if we're both on mouse and keyboard, I think you win that mouse and keyboard battle. In that
Oh,
game
okay.
specifically. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you are smoother and better on mouse and keyboard in that game specifically. I'm a little more comfortable on control.
I'm on games playing real quick.
So it's not necessarily
What
the
up, bud?
peripheral themselves, but it's the it's the game, it's the situation, stuff like that. And like Tegrity said, some people may not have the fine motor skills to use mouse and keyboard, or just not want to overcome the learning curve. So he said, so aim or assist or not, I don't think one will dominate over the other. Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, like, and I've said this since I got a PC and stuff, like, there's nothing wrong with playing on controller. You know, there is nothing wrong with having a console. Like, if you get off of work on a Friday night and you play games for an hour, even if it was every Friday, you don't need a computer. Unless there's really, really hardcore games you want to play and they're only on PC. You really don't need a PC. You don't need keyboard and mouse. Like, it's a lot. There's a lot to setting it up. There's a lot of stuff that comes with having a computer. The entry point for price range is pretty high compared to a console. It's a lot more complicated than a console, you know, and if I wasn't trying to make content and stream and stuff like that, I don't know if I would have a PC, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm glad I do, because games like Marauders, Counter-Strike, stuff like that, I can only play on PC, but oh, Mike, you still there? I think we lost Mike. What time is it? 8:30. Well, we've been live for almost 2 hours. Probably get ready to wrap this up for today, for this Friday, anyways. So. Tegrity, while you're in here, what's your name on Marauders, Tegrity?
So Glenn has informed me that I should get on stream, so I'm gonna do that here in just a second. I'm almost done. I'm like halfway through my cigarette.
Glenn has informed you. Glenn blowing you up, Eddie. Think it's your Steam name? I don't know if it was.
He thinks I need to be on camera. That's what he thinks. He thinks I'm pretty good on camera. So I'm like, all
Yeah, you
right,
should
I
be.
need to get.
You should be. Definitely. I agree.
And I think I'm a very good interviewer, in my opinion. But I guess what I want to say before I get on stream again, I'm sorry, guys, whoever's watching. Uh, one more question. Before I finish this and I get back in and I get back on. What is your opinion on the gaming industry as far as money goes? Do you think they should
Money.
lower down price, or do you think it's an even price?
What do you mean by that? Like the entry on games? Because we brought that up earlier, and I said I don't think it's too overpriced.
You think $70 is not overpriced?
Man, you gotta look at the world, bro. Everything is expensive. It's just
Right, right,
it's
right,
shitty,
right.
but
But
it's part of
from a
inflation.
whole, though, from a gaming industry whole, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is like, what do you think? Because like games aren't coming out like how they used to be. They
This
used to
is
be finished products, dude, and like now it's like they're early access and all this other shit. And I get it, like $70 is a lot of money and everything. But like my thing is, it's like, what do you think as a whole? Do you think that
I
they should
mean,
come back down to being $60, or do you think they should
I don't
be
think they can.
$70?
I don't think they can.
You don't think you can?
No, I mean you got to think. We'll just a random person, you know, Sally Sue that was making games. That's a game developer working for, you know, game developer studios. Just a random studio. I'm not gonna name like it's not any specific studio or any specific developer, but you know, Sally Sue's working for them 10 years ago. Okay, she's making $20 an hour, right? Games are $60 at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Well, now
but-
Sally Sue is got to be paid $28, $30 an hour. She's got to be paid, maybe even double, maybe $40, $50 an hour, because everything's inflated. So her pay is also inflated, meaning that for the company's not going to take a less percent of profit, right? They would still profit at $60, but the margin of profit would shrink at that point, and the percentage of profit would shrink at that point if they kept it at 60. And they're not going to do that. So that falls on us as consumers to cover that cost to keep the profit percentage still the same.
Okay. So you think they're fine where they're at? All right. Do you think that the gaming industry as a whole?
Hold on 1 second. I got W.
Yeah, I know. I'm coming in. Hey, what up, everybody? Sorry, I was outside smoking a cigarette. Smoking several cigarettes.
Chain smoking cigs.
Going through a rough phase. Anyway, so
We got Liddy lit Mike. I like it. I like seeing you like this.
what? You like see me drunk?
I wish when I was still drinking, you drank more, because back then you never drank, so like we never got to remember like you have played nights on Warzone with me where I was fucking obliterated,
Dude, you were fucking wasted.
like walking into walls and shit, like
You were
bad.
walking through walls and fucking, dude, like seriously, like I'm not joking, like you would literally get angry at everything, like.
Oh yeah, I used to get so mad. Well, the thing is, when I drank and played, is like, so like I wasn't bad at Warzone by no means, and so like when I was sober at Warzone, I'd have games where I'm dropping 20 kills, 22 kills, winning all these gunfights, and then I start
Yeah.
drinking, and 3 hours later, like I can't fucking kill one person, and so I'd be mad at the fact that I'm drunk because I can't do what I enjoy doing. Like I enjoy drinking, but I also enjoy playing games. And it just sucked that I couldn't do both.
Yeah. Some people are what you call not to get off topic because we're talking about gaming and stuff, but some people.
He said everyone is a hacker at that point. Yeah, everybody's a fucking hacker once I get drunk. Like all the hackers get on.
But I guess the whole point is what I'm trying to say is that like some people are functional alcoholics, so it's like
Man, I used to be
functional potheads.
I used to be so fine. I would be able to drink and retain my gaming skills, and I mean, it never. I mean, there's a certain level. There's like a fine line where I could like start drinking and start catching that good buzz, and I would be fucking almost better. I was more calm, but then it would just go to shit really fast. Within a match, it would just go to shit.
Now that we're on the topic about this, why don't we talk about how the gaming industry as a whole, as esports?
What do you put as esports?
As esports, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't watch many esports in games, so I don't really know what they're doing.
Well, I mean, you brought up a couple days ago or a week or two ago or whatever about how the gaming industry, esports in general, is very much kind of like in the similar ballpark as a real sports game.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're
like baseball, football, whatever. They're doing drugs in order to enhance their abilities.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I actually forgot about this story. I'm glad you reminded me. Would alcohol be a performance-enhancing drug? Integrity, depends. I mean, for some people, yeah, I guess it would be for. I mean, I think if you're, doing something physical, you feel less pain when you're drunk sometimes. So maybe it'd be performance-enhancing. But yes, let me look up the article real quick. Because
you brought that up a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
we just bring it up,
there's a big doping scandal in esports right now, and people are going back and forth with it, and it's weird. Here it is. Doping sports has its own problem. Esports has its own doping problem. So what this article was about is people in esports, and being on Adderall. So a lot of these young kids, especially today, I don't want to get too deep into this part of it, but people have things going on and they get prescribed these things, but they're prescribed Adderall. These gamers are for certain things, and then they're on Adderall while they're playing in these tournaments and shit. Like the whole team. In a second, I'm gonna pull up a clip of a team on CS:GO, and they were all on Adderall. Like you got to hear their comms. It's fucking insane. And anybody that has ever done Adderall, like right now they're trying to figure out if this is doping. Like, is this, because if you look at it like a sport, if you want it to be a professional sport, this is performance enhancing, in my opinion. Because it definitely makes you super focused, super fast thinking,
Yeah, right.
So that's what they're going through with Adderall. And they're trying to figure out, like I said, if it is or if it isn't, because they're prescribed it. It's different. It's not like being on steroids. You're not going to get prescribed steroids. But these people are prescribed this. Passage of Corvus. She's playing Diablo 3.
What do you mean?
She's playing Diablo 3. That's what that is. How do I find the Passage of Corvus?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, love. Give me a few.
Oh, it's your old lady?
Yeah. The
Oh,
ruins.
okay.
The ruins of Corvus.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, are you? Where are you? Act 5. Donate $10. Integrity. We share a bank account. That's like me donating $10 to myself.
Yeah, I get that.
She said, "Shh." Fucking goofy. The ruins. Yes, you're in Act 5. I don't know, love. It should show you eventually. If you're in a big open field, just walk the edges. Walk the edges of the map until it's all unhighlighted, or until it's all highlighted.
Yeah. That's a good, accurate way of saying that.
Okay, let's listen to these comms of the CS:GO team.
Okay.
Okay, here you go. So it's crazy because this shit all came out years ago, and it's just now popping. It's just now resurging. So here's this video right here: the truth about Adderall and esports. Let me make sure I'm sharing. I'm not sharing. Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sharing YouTube, so you'll be able to hear it. So this is just the comms of.
Let's do this, boy.
Like if you
Come here.
Nah,
Let's
fucking go.
boys.
Let's fucking go.
Yo, I'm
Yeah,
a
do it,
molly
do it.
first.
Yo, when this
A lot of
trade's on
teams
molly
ran-
tree, are you guys ready?
Alright, I'll
They
go.
just smoked banana.
Don't do it.
Shut-
Shoot
Want me to go and be
Wait.
when the smoke's gone?
When the smoke's
smoke
gone,
in
yeah.
the arch, and
When the
they're gonna
smoke's
scream
gone.
through it.
Do it, Corey.
They just
Alright,
resmoke.
we can.
They just I can't.
Can we just smoke
Okay.
porch?
I mean, like,
I'm walking
listen
up.
to that. It is so da 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 da.
Pit, pit,
What
pit.
the fuck is going on?
Pit still.
Poke, 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 poke.
Porch, Corey.
I'm
Porch,
great,
Corey.
man.
Porch,
Okay.
Corey.
Can you hear it, Mike?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like they're just like, oh look, he's over there and banana.
Well, they're like da da da, smoke this da da da, all at one time, and so this is the video that's going around now. It went around
Okay.
before, but now it's going, and it's Cloud9, and like every fucking single one of them in this tournament are just Adderall out of their mind.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's
Really?
what these comms are.
Do it, Chaz.
You wanna do
Oh,
it?
Beat me banana. I'm gonna pre-nade it and I'm gonna go through the smoke.
No.
Chill.
What the fuck is going
They
on?
wasted like 3 smokes. Let's go back B. Let's go back B.
Neo's
Let's go
the
back
B
B.
player. He has AK. Yo, you guys.
Yeah,
are
how
gonna
do you want to enter?
stand
You
back,
want to
take
wrap
this.
spawn?
'Cause You're gonna.
I'll have them.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like those comms to me are so cluttered. I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Just like you said. For
How the
Loco
fuck do
Mike.
they even know what the fuck's going on? Like, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, so I mean, esports has a doping problem now, which I mean, I don't think it's catching too much attention because esports just is not as big as they thought it would be by this point. So, oh
they
shit!
have an Adderall problem.
Hold on, unplug my mic. All right, there we go.
Taking a higher dose than prescribed is the problem, not the drug.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you're prescribed it and you're supposed to have it, you don't get all fucking like jitteried out. If you're not prescribed it and you take it, you do. Like you
Right,
get all
yeah,
alert
yeah.
and crazy. So it's like there's no way. It's like what are the odds that a whole team of pro players are legitly subscribed to Adderall.
Maybe it's because they
Okay, Integrity, you watch sports. Mike, I don't know how much sports you watch, but let's say
from time to time.
let's just say tomorrow they come out and they're like, okay, the entire New England Patriots team has injuries that they have to be prescribed steroids to heal. The whole fucking team. Everybody would be like, yeah, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is easy to get diagnosed with ADHD. It is.
Yes, it is. He's 100% correct.
And I mean, now that topic is, I mean, again, it's gone into a small genre of esports that doesn't get a lot of attention. So I don't think it's being talked about much. Like, if this was fucking NBA, like, this would be just, you know, headline news.
Anabolic steroids are different from steroids for injury. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You are 100% correct.
Well, let's say a pro baseball team, the whole baseball team got prescribed Adderall.
Right.
That's one sport that I could see Adderall being effective in baseball because you can focus on the ball being pitched and everything. The whole team.
Well, focus on the ball. You could fucking.
Your mind's thinking, yeah. I mean, you're just. It is. It's a super thing. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about it lately. I was watching Joe Rogan the other day, and Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who that is.
He takes Adderall every day.
He takes Adderall? I didn't fucking know.
Dave Portnoy.
Honestly.
Dave Portnoy does. Yeah, he was talking on Joe Rogan's podcast before he come in that he had taken Adderall because it just gets him going. He's just so busy all the time. He doesn't abuse it. He's not like just fucking eating Adderall like they're fucking out of a Pez dispenser. But he takes one in the morning and goes through the day with this alertness and this energy. Like if you, I've taken them before back in the day.
Pizza guy.
Yeah, I've taken them before back in the day. I used to take them before I would play Texas Hold'em. You know, I'd be you know, starting a Texas Hold'em game at 8 o'clock at night, be playing till 4 in the morning. You got to sit there and fucking focus all night, and there's real money on the line. I would take one. Fuck yeah, all the time. Yeah, I would just be. I wouldn't even be having conversations with people. I'm just like, just staring at the cards, like just focused so hard on what I was doing.
This is great.
Yeah.
All right.
He said, "Did you win?" Hell yeah, I won. But yeah, Portnoy takes.
Why'd you say love, Glenn?
Why does it have a
boss?
Why does it have a microphone beside it?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I'm confused.
The fuck?
Oh, he's watching without audio.
Oh, okay. So, before we wrap this up, because I know it's getting like 9 o'clock at night, what do you think of as far as like games like Counter-Strike go? Because like they don't really try to innovate things. They kind of like I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but like, you know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Like that.
Oh, I mean that's what you just said.
What do you
right
think
there.
of that?
What you just said? That's exactly what I think. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. The greatest example that we've had in a game that tried to do too much was Warzone 2. It's that simple.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. I was going to say that it was the biggest game that tried to do too much.
And like you got a good example of a game about to release that in Diablo 4 that the overall gameplay is Diablo, right? And they're bringing back systems from other Diablos, like the Paragon boards and the skill trees and stuff are back from other Diablos. And it's more in depth, and that's something that people wanted. You know, you got some people like, oh, well, it's not enough, and it's like, yeah, they're adding a lot of MMO features, you know, that are new, like world bosses and shit. That's new to Diablo. You know what I'm saying? World dungeons, like that's all new stuff. Yeah. But they don't need to make this whole new thing. They just don't. A lot of companies should really, if it comes out and does well, I think a lot of people should look at that as a you know, a going forward kind of overall template. You know, you don't want to change things too much If you do, I mean, you want to take risk, and I mean, I understand what they did with Warzone 2. They wanted to change things to a point that it would get people's attention, but it didn't happen in a good way. And you know, if you, I mean, what's the best way to explain it? I mean, if you, you know, if you're driving around in a 2004, 2005 Ford Mustang every day, you know, and then you go out and get in that car one morning and it's a fucking, you know, 1970 Ford Pinto, you're gonna be like, what the fuck happened here? Like
Right, yeah.
it's just such a drastic change. It's so big of a change. It just throws you off, and doing too much can really ruin some things. And I think that game, Warzone 2 in particular, was something they just tried to do a little too much. Is it bad? No, but I mean, there's other things they could, I think, do. They need to handle it better. We'll talk about that maybe on the next one a little bit.
Right, yeah. Now, to get back on topic, because Tegrity made a comment in the chat here. He said that also there are other drugs that can get you like that when show as an amphetamine,
Like Adderall.
like Adderall.
Yeah, Adderall shows up as an amphetamine. There's a lot of stuff, man. Like there's, you know, it's so it's such a fine line because some of these medications are needed for some of these people, but at the same time, you're playing at a level that is so, you know, you're playing at a professional level, and like if you're prescribed that stuff, you're definitely on. You have an advantage.
Now, do you think that okay, that's what I was going to ask. So you think that it does have an advantage? 100%. In
What was that, Mike?
comparison of yeah, you turned off your mic. What do you think personally? Do you think it really is 100% of an advantage, or do you think it's like
I think it definitely can be an advantage. I mean, if they're really supposed to be on it, it's a medicine that you're prescribed. You know, it's a medicine. So it's.
Do you think they should automatically be disqualified?
It depends. I think they just got to do some investigating into it and see if it's legit or if it's not. I mean, people are legitly prescribed stuff like that. You know.
Right. Yeah, I 100% agree with what you're saying. I guess what I'm trying to say is like even in the regular Olympic sports that we have nowadays and whatnot, they ban people for doing steroids. So it's like, do you think this should be a thing?
If it's not legitly, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
not legitly, okay.
Yeah, if you're not like actually prescribed, you don't actually have the mental health issues that come along with that, then yeah.
So you don't think that people with mental problems or whatever they're doing the Adderall or whatever, you don't think that they're getting some sort of advantage?
No, because like if you have ADHD, so like your mental level, integrity, if you're in here, you can correct me. So like your focus, like your just overall focus, attention deficit disorder or whatever that is, it's way lower. So you take that Adderall and it brings you up to normal levels. But if you're at a normal level, you take the Adderall, it puts you way above normal levels. If that makes sense. So
no,
like if you're here and you're taking it, then you end up here, and that's an advantage. But if you are really supposed to be on it, you're here, it just puts you back at normal.
Okay.
All you right, know, so it's. I mean, it's definitely.
You think there is a needed.
Yeah, I mean, some people are supposed to have it. I mean, some people need that to be at that normal level.
So you don't think 100%. I guess my next question to get further into the topic. I guess my next question is like you don't think that basically it's a automatic disqualification.
No, not guaranteed. It's just to me, it's just kind of convenient if you come out and you're like, oh yeah, our entire starting lineup on this esports team is all supposed to have Adderall.
Okay. All right, that's fair. What's your opinion? Why don't you go ahead and ask me some questions
on all this? I mean, what do you think? I mean, I don't know how much you know about mental health issues and different drugs, and I don't know how much you've read into this.
I think personally, it's like anything, okay? Like military wise, for example, right? You have to have a psychological evaluation, right?
Yeah.
I think the same thing should go for gaming as well. And that's just my opinion because like if you're on some sort of psychiatric drug, it could give you enhanced ability.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
because it's
enhanced.
all mental. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I think honestly, to be truthful, it should be disqualified because if you're not mentally compared to everybody else that's on the playing field, then I think that it shouldn't be a thing. And that's just my opinion. Like that's how I feel about steroids. That's how I feel about a lot of Olympic sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know, etc. So it's like I feel like it should be an even playing field.
Or you
for
give it to
everybody.
everybody.
Right.
One of the two, yeah. Like
Right.
I would
That's a
love
good-
to
that's-
see fucking NFL football where everybody's allowed to juice. It'd be
That'd be
fucking
insane.
carnage.
It'd
Like it
fucking
would be so
people
bad.
breaking their backs and shit.
Oh, every game, yeah. People just getting split in two. It'd be nuts.
Yeah.
But well, man, you want to wrap this one up?
Yeah. So this is the pilot for Sodomize Gaming. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. Check us out on we're gonna get a YouTube channel going. It'd be same thing, Sodomize Gaming, YouTube. The whole podcast will be uploaded there. So hopefully YouTube's nice to us and doesn't take it down or anything like that. And we'll be back
yeah.
Friday. What time you want to do it next Friday?
I kind of want to try to do it a little bit earlier. If
Yeah.
Possible.
Yeah.
I tried hitting you up. I know you got a busy schedule.
Nah, it's just that night shift shit. I'd be coming home playing Diablo too much, and then I sleep all day.
There you go. Yeah. But it's all good, dude. What I'm trying to say is like if we can do it like around 5, that'd be great.
5? Okay. Yeah, we'll shoot for 5.
Because I feel like a lot of people get off around that time, so it's like most people would be on their phones or whatever. And,
Yeah.
Whatnot. So next thing we'll be discussing probably next time would be what you discussed.
Okay. What? I'm lost.
I'm having a little bit of a brain fart, so to speak. So like you said that you want to discuss it next time.
Oh, I mean, there's a couple things we didn't talk a whole lot about. We'll talk about the merger as some of the more stuff comes out. I think Super Slam. Let me see when Super Slam is, because when that happened, or Server Slam. Check the dates on that real quick. Because when that happens, I'll of course be talking about May 12th to the 14th. So what is that? The following weekend. So we're still a little away from that. Anything else on Diablo that comes out, I'm following that fucking closely. There's been so much stuff. Some of it's just repetitive, so I'm trying to pick through the information. The merger though, that's the other big gaming thing that I'm talking about. That I've been watching.
What's the merger exactly?
The Activision Blizzard merger. Yeah, the deal. There's some stuff going on with that, so we'll get into that next time. And then just whatever else pops up, we're not going to be. I don't want to sound like a news station when we get on here. I don't hope we didn't. So we'll be free balling a little bit, So
thanks for watching Sodomize Gaming. Tune in next time.
Take it easy, guys. Have a good one.